Hey, Kitty Pies, I'm Lanikia, and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is the Bold and the Beautiful edition. All right, guys, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this one a 7, and let's just jump right into it. We see Brooke and Hope talking, and Brooke is still telling Hope about the knife incident that she felt is very serious with Thomas. And I feel like Hope is just like, okay, so what happened? And she's like, he was cutting an apple, and then Liam comes in, and so she starts telling him as well. And she was like, he was cutting an apple and everything, and it was very sharp. It was little, but it wasn't a butter knife. It was very sharp. And I said, well, I don't really cut apples with butter knives, but okay, Brooke. And she said it was very sharp, and she just feels like that it was just he didn't need to be doing it. It was very dangerous. And then the way he was talking to her while he was holding that knife, and Liam said so he was like a little careless and everything. But Brooke says, listen, I know you might think it's nothing, but it's something to me. And of course, Liam is going to jump on this because he doesn't nor does he trust Thomas anyways. So he says, I think it's something worth looking into. And Hope is just trying her best to keep the peace, y'all. She's just like, listen, I get that you guys are concerned, and I understand your concerns as well. So, I'm not negating that, I'm not knocking that or anything. She said, but at the end of the day, she at the end of the day, her main concern is Douglas. And she doesn't want to have a custody battle. So she feels like, yes, it's concerning that Thomas had a knife, but unless he was really like doing something and threatening towards Douglas, she's not wanting to like drudge anything up about this. And so Brooke is just telling her concerns. Thomas tells her, I mean, excuse me, Liam tells her his concerns as well. And Hope hears them out, but from what I could, she wants to bring Douglas home, but she said he's asked for this time with his father, and I have to give it to him. He's happy there or whatever. And but Brooke is just like, I'm gonna do everything in my power to help you guys to bring Douglas where he needs to be, because Thomas is dangerous. I don't care what y'all say, he's still dangerous. So then Liam and Hope talk, and he's just like, are we still on the same page about bringing Douglas home? Because he was like, you're acting like everything is okay, and I thought, we're having to tell Beth these little stories about where he is, because she's confused on why he's not coming home and everything. So are we still on the same page about this? And then Hope looks and she says, oh great, my mom left her purse, which means she's gonna have to come back. Now what I want to know is, was Brooke's phone in that purse? But anyway, she was like, she left her purse, which means she's gonna have to come back and everything. And so when so he's just talking, he continues to talk to her about everything about Ridge and Brooke, as well as Thomas and Douglas. And he's just like, there's this war going on, and I feel like you just don't want to say anything. And she's like, I don't want to say anything because I don't want a custody battle. Like, she's made that very clear to him. So then when Brooke comes back, she's like, usually left her purse and whatever, but she tells them, I know Thomas is not safe, and I'm going to do whatever I need to do to keep Douglas safe and to, get him home where he needs to be. So then we see Steffi and Taylor is just telling Steffi about how Brooke doesn't still thinks Thomas is a threat or whatever. And they're like, Brooke is the one who's a threat. She shouldn't be thinking anything about Thomas. But I was like, now, Taylor, you have to admit that yesterday when you were hearing things that Thomas was saying, you had a look of concern as well. But at the end of the day, that's his mom. And so then we get on this conversation because she wants him with Douglas. I'm sorry, I didn't finish that thought. At the end of the day, that's his mom and she wants him with Douglas. But then we get on to the Brooke and Ridge conversation. And Steffi continues to say, you guys need to be together. And Taylor just says, listen, your dad is married to Brooke, and he has to be the one to decide that he's had enough. Because but she says, but it's great that Brooke is feeling like this. This is Steffi to Taylor. It's great that Brooke feels like this because she's just pushing him towards mom. Towards you, mom. She's just pushing him away, and she's going to do something that he won't be able to forgive. So then we go to Thomas and Ridge, and he's saying the exact same thing. I can't believe Brooke would threaten to call CPS. And Ridge is like, I shouldn't have told you. No, you shouldn't have told him. You had no problems keeping it a secret from Brooke what Thomas did or what he knew about what Sheila had done. But this you want to run and tell her. Run and tell when you know Brooke is not going to call CPS. At least I thought. Brooke is not going to call CPS or anything. And I'm like, Ridge, just go home. Just go home to the Forresters and be with them. Like your Forrester family, air quotes. And just be with them because Brooke is determined to keep Douglas. Like it's gonna be a war anyway, so just pick a side, pick a side. But anyways, he just tells Thomas that everything is fine. Brooke is no one's calling CPS and everything, and so Thomas is just like he just hates that he has to always defend himself. He's been trying to get better and he just hates it. So then Charlie comes in and he's like, you wanted me to tell you Brooke, if Brooke was still here, she's still here. She's with Hope and everything. He was like, thank you, Charlie. And Charlie, I said, bye, Charlie. So then Thomas and Ridge continue to talk, and Ridge just reassures him nothing's going to happen. No one's calling the CPS. Your son is where he needs to be. And Thomas says he's waiting for you at home. He's been wanting to get with you or whatever to see you. And he's like, yeah, I'm on my way now. I can't wait to see him. And Thomas says, I'm going to catch up with you later. I have some more work to do at the office. And so then we see Ridge talking to Douglas, and they're having a great time. They're playing chess and everything, and they're having a nice time. And then Douglas says, he enjoys it because Ridge is asking him, how you feel about living here and everything. And Douglas is just like, he really enjoys it. He's great. He's glad he's been able to spend all this time with his dad. He's happy. Which no one has ever said he shouldn't be with Thomas. I always just said like, just gradually spend more time with Thomas, but Thomas literally took him and hasn't gave him back, and which I knew that was going to happen because he never could give Hope a date on when he was coming back. But anyways, so Douglas is just enjoying his time or whatever. So he and Ridge are just talking and everything, and he says he wants to do something, but could they invite Donna too? And Ridge is like, I don't know about Donna. And the reason I say that is because really, I was like, oh, okay, I get it. So his children act like him because your dad, like, you didn't like Quinn, you don't like Donna, like all these women, he doesn't even pretend to be cordial with, and his children are the exact same way with Brooke, and even Taylor, it's just like Taylor and Steffi were trying to act like it's Brooke's fault the way the children turned out the way they did, and I'm like, what? That's not Brooke's fault. I don't know, y'all. It's just a mess. But anyways, so then they get a knock at the door, or the doorbell rings, and Reach goes and answers the door, and he was like, "Who is this?" And they were like, "Where is Thomas Forster?" And he was like, "No, that's my son or whatever. What's up?" And they were like, "We're Child Protective Services here to check on Douglas or whatever." And then Thomas comes up, and he finds out Child Protective Services are there. And I said, I'm like you, Reflection of Sunshine. I don't for 1 minute believe Brooke called them. I would be shocked if she did because I'm like, Brooke, that's like giving away your man. That's why I feel like she wouldn't do it because she knows how excuse me, upset that would make Ridge. But there's two people who are not accounted for, and that is Thomas and that's Brooke. So I'm like, did Brooke have her phone with her and everything when she left to go? Or where did Thomas go? I know he said he had to do something in the office or whatever. So one of those two, I feel like called Protective Services. I really think Thomas did it. As a reflection of Sunshine was saying, using that voice box that Douglas had as that toy. I feel like he's going to do it because they're trying to say something's going to go down in Aspen where Ridge is there and then Brooke is going to show up and everything. I did see spoilers on that. Thank you for telling me. But I saw the spoilers. But they weren't saying what happens. So maybe I hope they don't drag this out. Like if Thomas was the one who actually called Child Protective Services on himself to make look bad or what Brooke look bad, then I hope they just go ahead and reveal that and they don't drag that out. But I don't know, you guys. You tell me what you think. That was the Bold and the Beautiful today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you tomorrow for a new episode of What Happened on the Soaps, Bold and the Beautiful edition. Goodbye.